up, you guys? It's me, Emily, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my top podcasts. Now, I love podcasting. I have my own podcast, which I will touch on in this video, but I also really love listening to them. So, I wanted to tell you guys about some of my favorites, and hopefully you guys will like them too. So as I stated, I listen to quite a few podcasts that I feel like a lot of you guys will enjoy. A lot of them are by Girlbosses, because you know that's a very big thing I believe in, is females being amazing and women being amazing and just all around people being amazing. So, so some of my favorite podcasts are ones you have probably heard of if you're on YouTube. Some of them you might not have heard of because you can't really find them anywhere unless you are a fan, but I really love them. So let's get started with number one, and that is the Hannah Ashton podcast. I love Hannah Ashton. I have watched her for a long time now. She's so inspiring. She's such an amazing girl boss, and I just started playing it. She's such an amazing girl boss and human being, and so I love her podcast so much. It's called Hannah Ashton Podcast. I will link it down below so you guys can go check it out. All of these links will be to iTunes, so if you don't have iTunes, just go and look it up and you will find it. So she talks about entrepreneurship and kind of being a teen entrepreneur, which I find really cool because that's kind of what I am, because I am 19, so I'm almost not a teen anymore, but I'm still an entrepreneur, so yeah. My second favorite podcast is the YouTube Power Hour podcast by Erica Vieira. She used to have the Beauty and the Vlog podcast, and I just love listening to this and learning all from different creators and about different things having to do with YouTube. Like, I've been listening to her YouTube SEO one a lot because I need some serious help with my SEO. It's a problem. After that is another YouTube friend of mine. She's so amazing. She and her partner in this are so amazing. They're Katie and Katie, and they host Bossy Women, and I don't even live in Canada. I don't live anywhere near them, but I love listening to them talk to other business women and just all around amazing people about what they do. It's such a good idea, and I think everybody should listen to it, especially if you're from the Kitchener-Waterloo area of Canada. It's just so amazing. After that, I have the Almost 30 podcast. Now, again, I'm only 19, so I'm not almost 30, but I love listening to all these different people talk about what they believe in, and it's just really a good show for you to listen to. I feel like a lot of times it's girl talk, so it's very relatable in a way, and I just love hearing about manifestation and all that fun stuff. After that, it's Blogged by Karen CJ. I actually got the amazing opportunity to interview these two amazing women that host this podcast, and I love talking to them about how to be a blogger and all of that fun stuff, and they're just super amazing, and this podcast is geared towards bloggers, so it's just one of those things that if you are a blogger, I definitely suggest you listen to it. After that, it's Miss Eileen with The Anchor Show. I have talked to her on Facebook because we are hosting our podcast on the same platform, and she's so knowledgeable and she's amazing. But if you're into podcasting and all the technology and whatnot behind it, I definitely suggest you check out her show. She is so good. I have learned quite a bit from her, and I look up to her so much in the podcasting world. So now we're going on to some more fun ones that I listen to in my free time that I have favorite episodes of. And the first one is Full Frontal by Alex Gaskarth and Jack Barrett Cat, two members of All Time Low. As you know, I love All Time Low. They're one of my all-time favorite bands. I did not mean that. But yeah, they're one of my all-time favorite bands. So hearing this podcast is amazing. It hasn't had a new episode in a while, so Jack and Alex get on that. But I just love listening to them talk and joke and talk about news, and it's funny. They have music in it. It's really great. This is the podcast that I would listen to junior year in science class instead of paying attention in science class. Sorry. But I would listen to this and I'd have to stop myself from laughing because there's so many hysterical episodes from it. Like, one of their last episodes that they published is called Dong City. Toilet balls. Oiled up. Drinking with dolphins. Dad fro. They're just hysterical. These podcasts are like an hour long, so if you're in a class where you don't technically need to listen to the teacher, this is perfect, because I know my classes were like an hour long, so at the beginning of class I just stick my headphones in and get to work, and it's just really great. So the other one I would suggest that again has not been updated since last year is Shane and Friends. I love Shane Dawson. I love everything he's doing with YouTube and his podcast, and he's one of my inspirations, like hardcore inspirations. I love him. He follows me on Twitter. That's an entirely different story for another day. Maybe that'll come this week. Actually, yeah, it's going to. So tune in later this week to find out why Shane Dawson follows me on Twitter. But I just love listening to his podcast. There's a very, very hysterical episode he did with Grace and Chance, who I was in love with for the longest time. And he came out after this, but he's so amazing, and I love him. But he did the episode, and they did a game about porn, which could be a hard category for you to listen to if you're somebody who's kind of like squeamish when it comes to that type of topic, or if you're under the age of 18. I definitely would not suggest listening to this. But they did a contest, like a game in the show about porn categories, and Grayson had to sing the title, or like the genre of one, and I just found that hysterical. I died laughing. So it's just a really good one for if you need a laugh, or if you just want to listen to Shane more than on his videos during his Jake Paul series, which I will be avoiding uploading at that same time. I'll upload like an hour or a couple hours later, just so you guys know. But yeah, those are my top podcasts. Other than that, I have my podcast, which is Being That Girl Boss, where I, along with guests, discuss business, being an influencer, pop culture, and just all around have some fun. I also shout out small creators, which I really enjoy doing. I like shining light on other creators, and I really love my podcast, and I hope other people do too. So that, along with all of the other ones, are linked down below. My podcast is actually always linked in the description of the episode, so if you want to check it out, links are in the description. So yeah, I will be back tomorrow with a new episode. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. And yeah, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at BTGirlBossPod or at EmilyHesterNCS. Yes, you can find me at both, and we can connect and talk and relate and just love Shane Dawson all together. Okay, that's it for my little spiel. I will be back, like I said, tomorrow with a new video. Bye.